never forget the letter I pulled from my mailbox that morning. Eviction notice. Big red letters stamped across the page. And the kicker. It wasn't from the county. It wasn't from the state. It was from my HOA. They thought they could evict me. From the ranch my family had owned for 3 generations. I laughed at first. Then the anger set in. Within 10 seconds, I knew this wasn't just a mix-up. This was a full-on attack. The HOA president, Karen, you know the type, stood smug at the next board meeting, waving papers in the air. This land falls under HOA authority now. Either sell it or vacate, neighbors whispered. Her son, that lazy punk, leaned against the wall with a grin like he'd already moved into my home. I clenched my fists under the table. They thought they could bully me out of my own bloodline's land. Not a chance. Flashback hit, my father teaching me to mend fences on that same ranch. My kids learning to ride horses in the pasture. That dirt wasn't just dirt. It was family. It was history. And they wanted to pave it into a parking lot for their clubhouse. I stayed quiet. Let them think they'd won. But here's what they didn't know. 10 years ago, the HOA signed a lease on a strip of land next to the clubhouse. They used it for parking. They paid me pennies for it, because they thought I'd never notice. Well, I notice now, and that lease. It was about to expire. I called my lawyer the same night. By the end of the week, every car parked on their lot was parked illegally because the land was mine. When they came begging, I smiled. You want to keep using my land? Fine, but the rent just tripled. Gasps filled the room. Karen's face turned beet red. Her son muttered curses under his breath, and just when they thought it couldn't get worse, I announced I was fencing off half the lot for my horses. Police sirens flashed one evening when Karen tried to rip down my fence. Neighbors gathered. Some cheered, some shook their heads. But everyone knew this time the HOA had lost. The eviction notice. Torn to shreds. My ranch. Safe. Their budget. Bankrupted. And me. I rode out on horseback that Sunday morning, my grandson waving at me from the porch, proud as ever. So the next time an HOA tries to bully you, remember, this sometimes the best revenge is making them pay. Literally. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever had a crazy run-in with an HOA or an entitled neighbor? I'd love to hear your story.